What did I say last time?
Hey everyone. Let me see.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm one of your hosts, Brad Morrison.
I'm Jamie. Hey.
Thanks again for turning up. Today we've got a home espresso machine by Marzocco. It's the Marzocco Mini. And then we've also got the grinder that comes along with that. We're selling them both online now. They're pretty expensive. They're pretty expensive, so, you know, maybe if you've got a bunch of money you want to burn, it's a really nice bit of kit. But yeah, so...
Let's jump right into it.
Okay. All right, so I suppose we'll check out the kit now. So do you want to chuck me the espresso machine? Oh. Yeah, so this is the Marzocco Mini. We've got this one in matte black. You can get them online in a couple of different colors. Matte black is, in my opinion, the nicer color. Yeah.
I'd have got a yellow one.
You got a yellow? Yeah. Maybe we'll put up on the screen like all the different colors you can have swimming around us at the minute. Yeah, so this is the machine. It's nice and compact. It'll fit on your counter at home, and all of the water is held on the inside. So maybe we can pull that out and have a little look at it. Basically,
yeah,
this guy pops out, and this is obviously, that's your little catchment tray for any liquid coming off. And then underneath, you have your water reservoir. We've also got a Mazzer grinder, which I'll grab now. What kind of grinder is this? Mazzer Mini? No. So we've got this dude here. This is a Mazzer Mini. It says Luigi on the side. Does that say Luigi?
Yeah, it's Luigi.
Yeah, nice one. So we'll plug this guy in.
Do you need coffee?
We need coffee. So what coffee should we be using, or what coffee are we using today?
Well, we're making espresso, so let's use the Lost Highway from Mexico. So we're going to be using the Lost Highway. It's from the Chiapas region of Mexico. It's a fully washed coffee. Tastes a lot like marzipan and chocolate. I fucking love it. Really happy to be able to grab this and be able to be using Mexican single origin espresso, which you don't get that often. So
if you're a wholesale customer of ours, or you go to a place where they serve our coffee on espresso, there's a good chance they're using our Lost Highway. It's the one coffee where we maintain the same name, even though the coffee will change seasonally.
So nearly all of our coffees I roast to one recipe, regardless of if it's going to be used for espresso or filter, because I think making espresso is just really another brew method, and you shouldn't have to do much different to it. Except with this, I try and make it a little easier to dial in the morning. If you don't make coffee with an espresso machine at home, or you don't work in a coffee shop, you might not know, but most baristas take about half an hour to 45 minutes in the morning getting the coffee tasting good, and then they have to make minor adjustments to the grinder or the brew recipe. Throughout the day, as the shop gets busier and hotter, or it gets cold, someone leaves the door open, all these things affect the recipe and need like little adjustments. And so I try and make this one as easy to use as possible, and I do that by accentuate the acidity and the sweetness, and then we mix it together.
So, science.
Science, more science.
What we'll do is we'll dial in some coffee on this machine. So this is the hopper, which will hold the coffee. Normally what I would recommend, this is actually my home setup. I was lucky enough to nab a machine off Marzocco for a period of time. So eventually we're going to be using this machine for events and things like that. But obviously while we're all on lockdown, this is...
At your house?
At my house.
Sounds all right. Must be nice.
So I guess we should talk about recipe. What would you recommend for Lost Highway or any espresso recipe?
For any espresso, I always use a 1-2 ratio, which means however much coffee I put in here dry, I need double as much liquid espresso in my cup.
Cool.
Both in grams. So this is a 17-gram basket. So we're gonna put 17 grams in.
Yep.
And 34 out.
Cool. So we're currently using a set of scales we don't sell online. They're by Akaya. Akaya, is that how you say it?
Sure.
God, I need to learn how to say all these fucking names. And then we'll pop this dude in here. We'll pop it in, there we go. We'll see how much that is. 13, need some more. 17. Yeah, do you wanna?
Yep, so what we've got to do next is make this a nice even surface. So right now it looks like shit. Just tap it like this to sort of roughly flatten it out. And then you can use your finger just to make sure everything's nice and flat. So you're just gonna pour your filter at the edge of the temping mat.
Yep.
And use your temper and just like a nice amount of pressure. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but like kind of firm, but not like, you don't have to be too rough. And just put like a thumb on this end and 2 fingers on that side so that you can feel that it's even and it's not a bit one-sided.
Why does that matter?
So the reason for all of that is once the water hits this, it's going to use the quickest and easiest route out. So if your coffee is at an angle like that, all the water is going to come in through this end and not through that side of the coffee, which means this side of the puck, we call it, is going to have most of the water come through it and it's going to be over-extracted, and this side is going to be under-extracted.
And that's what people mean whenever you watch a video and they talk about channeling. That's what channeling is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And similarly, if I hadn't smoothed that off, all those lumps, when you put pressure on it, they're going to be more dense than the other sides, and you're going to have the same problem.
Cool. Now, open up our scales. Now I'll pull out some, because those scales are the ones we're selling online. They're a little bit cheap to have a inbuilt timer. So we're going to use the phone.
And we're hoping for like 28 to 30 seconds. The ratio I think is pretty solid. You should always base your dry dose on the size of your basket because they're designed to have the right amount of space for the coffee and a bit of water to come through the shower head before it comes through the portafilter. And the time, it can vary.
Lovely. All right, so pull her over and 3, 2, 1, go. And kind of watch that, see how that goes. Coming through at about 7 seconds.
A little bit fast. Maybe we're coming through about 9.
Yep. Let me know when.
There we go. What's that?
So that's 23 seconds.
Okay. That's a little bit fast. I'm worried that the coffee is not fine enough and it's going to taste a bit sour. And it really does.
It's quite sour.
That's a bad coffee. So
right.
let's
do that all over again real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to step it over 1 step. Do you think is enough? 1.5?
Yeah, 1.5.
1.5. So 17 again. Ooh, 16.6. 17. Bang on, here we go. Marzocco are about to put out a new home grinder, which has almost no retention, I believe. So we're looking forward to that coming out. We'll be able to sell that one online. When it does come out, we'll probably actually do a video about that. We're all ready?
Yeah. Reset your timer.
Reset and go. I'm surprised how much I'm actually using this at home.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Use it every day?
Yeah. Because it's just with the amount of time it takes to make a cup of coffee, it, you know, you would think you wouldn't, especially with all the cleanup. Like this guy here makes quite a bit of mess with all the dust, coffee dust in that. So we're getting pretty close. We're getting pretty close. All right, I think we're about done, and done.
Done.
34
Sweet.
seconds. What's that come out? 37?
34.6.
Boom. Perfect.
You want to try it?
Yeah. You definitely get the marzipan.
Yeah.
That's huge. Chocolate, dark chocolate, baker's chocolate, very good.
Fucking baker's chocolate.
No, that's really, really nice. Yeah, and that was one step away.
Yeah, like second attempt, that was pretty fast.
Yeah, that was pretty fast. The other good thing about this machine is it has a steam wand. We're not going to bother like doing like a latte arty kind of like milk drink with it.
Because we don't drink milk drinks.
We don't really drink milk drinks. You're a vegan, I can't stand the taste of milk, but the wand on it is really good. If you want like a really in-depth like breakdown of these machines, I'm sure there's a bunch of videos that go into it at like more extent. We'll link some of them in the description down below. But just in regards to like what we're selling, how easy it is, how lovely it looks, we're not taking this YouTube thing too seriously. Oh shit, here comes the sandwich dude. Come on.
Thank you,
Thank you, bro. There you go.
Thanks so much.
Well, that was weirdly good timing. We got some sandwiches delivered from our friends over at Dom Subs down on Hackney Road.
Best fucking sandwiches in London.
They are making the best sandwiches in London. Obviously, with the lockdown, so many places are closed, but there's actually a lot of places that are still open, operating takeaway, operating delivery. If you have a favorite cafe, maybe jump on their Instagram. You want to check out like your local spot, see what they're doing. There's a good chance that maybe they've just recently reopened, or they've been open the whole time. But you want to go and support them. You know, we've been quite lucky that we've managed to kind of keep going with our online, apart from packing, you know, retail coffee and doing all that. What have you been doing with your lockdown?
Apart from roasting and packing.
Roasting and packing.
There's been a lot of beers.
A lot of beers?
A lot of beers, a lot of Netflix.
A lot of Netflix.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing on Netflix right now?
Right now it's Last Dance.
Last Dance?
Yeah, it's the Michael Jordan documentary. So it's about like the last sort of like three-peat they did in the late 90s.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was real good.
I haven't been watching too much Netflix. I've been watching Grand Designs.
You cunt. Well, how old are you, Bradley?
I'm 35, man. But I'm married, I've got a kid. Grand Designs, perfect. We should do a competition, shouldn't we?
All right, what's the question?
What have you been doing with your lockdown? What's your guilty pleasure? Grand Designs, some boring basketball nonsense. Comment down below. What's your guilty pleasure from the lockdown? In this competition, we're going to give away one of these beautiful...
One? Well, let's give a set.
Yeah, we'll give a set.
A pair of those cups and...
A pair? Let's give away 4.
All right.
4 cups, 4 sauces, and maybe some...
Coffee?
Some coffee. 4 boxes of coffee? 4 boxes of coffee and 4 cups?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that'd be kind of happy about that. We get asked if we're selling those I Will Kill Again cups quite a lot. We haven't forgot about the last competitions. We haven't drawn the winners of those yet. So if you still want to enter into those competitions, do. The reason why we haven't drawn them is pretty quickly after we started selling those grinders, they sold out. We've got a shipment arriving next week. So what I was thinking is maybe we'll do a video where we actually like draw 4 of them in one go, and then we can kind of give them all out.
Sweet.
So, do we have anything else for the...
You should just hit all those buttons, right? The like, subscribe, comment.
I don't know if these are getting...
Share.
Are these getting any better or are they getting worse? All right, well look, hey, thank you very much. Like he said, like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, thank you very much for tuning in.